But, you know, I'm not especially concerned with the people that, you know, are deranged, that claim to be Napoleon or Jesus or whoever it is. You have to pity them. There are some very shrewd, silver-tongued devils out there that claim to come in the name of the Lord and deceive people and exploit people and take advantage of them. But I'm especially worried about when the devil himself puts on his ultimate masquerade. There's a lot of confused people in the world out there. That's why Jesus said, if they say to you, behold, he's in the secret chambers, believe it not. Some of you may remember I guess we got a lot of kooks coming from California. This one was in Southern California, Marshall Applewhite, and he had the Heaven's Gate cult. And, you know, my heart just breaks for these people. And he convinced them that this spaceship was in the tail of the Hale-Bopp comet, and that they were all going to get raptured up to this spaceship, but they needed to get rid of their physical bodies first. It's called suicide. So they took this lethal concoction as they put on their black clothes with their purple and their new Nike tennis shoes, and they believed it. Now, I want to pause right here and ask you a question. If you knew somebody or had a family member that was getting mixed up in a cult like this, would you plead with them to get out of it? Or would you say to them, well, whatever you want to believe, we should all be free to believe what we want to believe. You got your truth, I got my truth, and you just believe what you want. If you knew someone was going to believe something so kooky they were going to kill themselves, how many of you would try and talk them out of it? Because you know some things are true and some things are not, and some things are very dangerous to believe. What those people believed killed them. They were deceived. That's why I do these seminars, because there's a lot of dear people out there that have been mixed up about the Bible and Bible truth. And yes, according to the Bible, if you believe anything Jesus said, knowing the truth sets you free. Being deceived can be a matter of life and death. And so it does make a difference. And that's why I'm so glad you're here. So there's been no shortage of false teachers that have claimed to be Jesus. And this other character that was releasing sarin gas in the Japanese subway claimed to be Jesus Christ. But it's when the devil impersonates Christ, we need to be careful. Now, one way that you can know how to discern between the real Jesus when he comes and the counterfeit is how he comes. In the Christian church, there are two principal conflicting views regarding how Jesus is going to come. And I want to go on record right now and say, I'm glad that we got people here from all different backgrounds. Indeed, there are probably some who are agnostic or even atheists here, and you're just coming because you're curious. And I'm glad you're here. I used to be that way. Doesn't matter what your denomination or religion is, I'm thankful that you're here. And I should hasten to add, I think that God has his people in many different Christian persuasions. Did you hear me? I'm not of the belief that only people that happen to be of my particular church are going to heaven. Do you hear that? I wish you would join my church, but I still believe that there's going to be a lot of people from different beliefs that are going to be in the kingdom, from different Christian persuasions. God often looks on the heart, and when people walk in the light they have. I'll explain more about that another time. But there is only one truth. Isn't that right? I mean, you can't say, well, your truth is your truth and my truth is my truth and yours is true for you, and so it must be true. Now, how would you like to have a brain surgeon that had that attitude working on you?